Generally speaking, this time of year is kind of boring when it comes to the real estate market here in Southwest Florida, but things are actually getting quite interesting. In this month's market report, we're going to go over the numbers, what we're actually seeing. We're also going to talk about some of the factors that I'm looking at that will impact the future real estate sales in all of Southwest Florida. And like always, we're going to just jump right into it and let's have a good time. Let's do it, right? We're on this planet to have a good time. We're going to do it, and we're going to learn about the real estate market. What could go wrong? Now, here's the deal. Every single month, we go over the market stats, and we're comparing the two main counties in Southwest Florida against each other, but also year over year, how they have changed and what's happened in the real estate world. Now, Collier County is primarily Naples. North of that would be Fort Myers, which is Lee County, Cape Coral, Estero, Bonita Springs, and Lehigh Acres. We want to talk about closed sales. So what has actually transpired when it comes to the number of single-family properties that have closed over the past month. And in Collier County, 350 have closed, which is actually up 13% year over year, which is a big deal because really since 2021, we have been trending in a downwards path in the number of transactions that take place. So it's great to see Collier County, great to see Naples actually increase the year over year transactions. And in Lee County, 1,185, while that number is significantly more than what transpired in Collier County, that is actually down year over year compared to last year. So it's down 3% overall. Not a drastic change, but that is slightly down. Now, when it comes to the median price, we're at $767,500 in Collier County. That number is up 4% year over year. So it actually increased when the majority of the market has been decreasing since about 2022. In Lee County, we're at $370,000, which that's down 5% compared to last year. Last year we were right around $400,000. And last month we were at $375,000, and the month before that $380,000. So Lee County is continuing to decrease in the overall median price of a home by small amounts, 1% or so per month. But again, that adds up over time. So we're going to monitor that trend very, very closely. Days on market, it's 83 days on market on average before a home gets a contract in Collier County. That's up 38%. So it's literally almost 3 months time after you go on the market that you can, expect to have an offer if you do sell. We're seeing a lot of other properties that are on for quite a bit longer than that time frame that just don't sell. There's a lot of expired listings that happen, etc. 64 days on market, that's up 16% year over year in Lee County. So it does take less time for a home in Lee County to sell. That's to be expected given the drastic difference in the median price. The lower price is likely going to have more turnover. It's going to happen more quickly. New listings, 452 new listings came on the market over the past month in Collier County. That's up 3%. And then 1,489 came on the market in Lee County. It's actually down 10%. So a lot less inventory coming on the market in Lee County than it was this time last year, which is very impactful. Pending inventory, we're always watching this number because this is indicative of what our future closings will be. And in Collier County, we have 510 current pending properties. That's up 9% year over year. That's big. It's quite a substantial impact. Big difference. 1,527 in Lee County, which is up 3%. Now, if you follow me and you've watched previous market updates, you've seen that the pendings have been lower typically every month compared to where we were the year prior. For us now to be improving, we've got a 10% increase in the number of pendings. That's a really big deal because we have not seen that trend in a very long time. The year over year numbers have been really down since 2021. So to see that improve is actually a really good sign for the overall market. Month supply. So if no new homes came on the market in Collier County, it would take 7.6 months to be able to sell them all. That's into buyer's market territory, and that's 15% higher than where it was last year. We're at 6.9 months in Lee County. That's up 21%. And so both of those figures being over the 4 to 6 month time frame tell us that we are still in a buyer's market, but with more pendings that are happening, that's a really good sign of what's to come. Now let's talk about overall inventory. In May of this year, we had really our highest point of inventory, which was right around 25,000 properties that were available on the market in all of Southwest Florida. At the lowest point, which was February of 2022, we only had 2,565 properties on the market. Now, at that time, that was a very unhealthy market, a very seller-focused market. Now, fast forward, we are in more of a buyer's market territory, but again, we've got about 7 months worth of inventory. It's nothing catastrophic or terrible, that we have the amount of inventory that we do, but we were at 25,000 in May of this year, and now we have just over 17,000 properties on the market. So we've reduced by almost 8,000 properties on the market. That's a big deal. In the scheme of things, it's about 30% less inventory now than we had back in May. Now, what does that mean? So we've been reducing inventory since that May timeframe until last week. So last week was sort of our low point, and I would expect it to be the lowest point of inventory that we will have basically through January or February of next year. Now, I have no crystal ball, but if history is any indication, we will start adding inventory as we get closer into our high season when snowbirds come in town. I do expect for inventory to grow quite significantly this year, because what's going to happen is people who did not sell, their homes expired or they took them off the market, are likely going to be putting their properties back on the market come this season in hopes that they sell more properties. So what that means for you is that if you are looking to potentially sell your home, you may not see an inventory this low for a very long time. If you are a buyer, we're still out of season, and so there are opportunities out there, especially if a home's been on the market for a while, to get a property before all the snowbirds come and the inventory continues to grow. What we are seeing is that we're seeing that properties are still moving. There's still a lot of properties that are selling. It's just a matter of what price are they moving at. And there's a lot of new markets, we're making new markets that we're seeing as far as a price that we haven't seen on a property in a particular neighborhood before in quite some time. That's happening across the board. I was looking at a property the other day. It was a golf access property, 5,000 square feet, 6 bedrooms with a 5-car garage, and it was under $1 million. That is a crazy, crazy good deal on an amazing property. And so it's just some of these factors are out there where we've got sellers who need to sell. Buyers are willing to buy, but it's got to be at the right particular price point. And if you are a buyer, things are starting to look very much in your favor. And then we've also seen some relief around the interest rates, and we are expecting that that's going to continue, as Fannie Mae is telling us that rates will be below. They'll be somewhere in the 5s by the end of the year is what we are, what we are hoping for, what we are forecasting will happen. And that just makes it more possible for a lot more people to be able to afford properties. Let me know what you're seeing in your market around you. Are you seeing the prices come down? We're seeing a lot of instances where the 2022 prices, people are not able to sell it for that, and sometimes 6 figures less than what they paid for it in 2022 or 2023. So are you seeing that? Are you not seeing that? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, if you can like the video, subscribe to the channel, that really helps the YouTube algorithm be able to get this video out to more people, and so we can serve people. At the end of the day, that's what we're here for. We've been doing this for 19 and a half years here in Southwest Florida, and we are looking to serve people. Me and my team would be honored to be able to be your real estate agents of choice. That's it for now. Have a blessed day. Thanks.